What's going on, YouTube? Tyler here with False Neutral Media. Alongside me, my brother co-host Trevor. And we didn't have a mutter. We were expecting a mutter. Philly was sick.
Incredible race. No mud,
No mud.
which means beautiful battles. We got to see people rise to the occasion. We saw people take a little spill into the mud pits on the side. We saw Deegan take a little mud bath during, I believe, qualifying or practice.
He
just
did.
right into it. Oh, it was beautiful. Dirtworks did great keeping the track somewhat contained. It was a little slick, but it looked good towards the night show.
Oh,
So I was
dude.
stoked.
And just
Let's
good
get in.
battling and racing the whole night. From Heats, LCQ all the way to the night show. So it was awesome. But yeah, let's talk about, the 250s. There was some good, dude. Cole Davies, I'm pretty sure you called Cole Davies for your top one, and boy did he perform. He was barking.
I'm telling you, every week he's putting it together. Now, Deegan is faster. This is a fact. He is faster. I think it's because Cole Davies rides a lot smarter, right? He has more of this, like, I'm trying to stay consistent and hit my marks. Deegan's going, I'm going to open the throttle and pray to God you're not in the corner when I get there, Seth Hamaker. Which leads us to, Deegan going up as Cole Davies is putting the pass on Hamaker, and we see Deegan out of nowhere right behind them. And it's like, okay, but I think we're seeing Cole Davies is starting to put it together. It's reminding me a lot of a young RV2.
Yeah.
Right? It reminds me a lot of Ryan Villapoto, where it's like, no, once you lock into that machine, brother, you're on rails. And the only time we saw him get a little bit squirrely in that race, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, was when Deegan, again, opens up the throttle to pass him on a crazy line. And then you saw Cole Davies almost collating and processing what was happening. And like, it made him stumble up a bit. But I'll tell you this, nowhere near those two was Juju Beaumare. Brother. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Go, I believe back he was 12 in that main.
Yeah. Hey, Marchbank showing you how to race.
Dude. Juju.
And Cole Davies passed you easy. Deegan passed you easy. I think if you get whooped that much and that hard, you don't actually get to join the personality talk. You don't get to join the we're talking shit. It's not talking shit. You're being annoying. I beat you every weekend. There's no rivalry there. And we're not going to have a rivalry between Deegan and Cole Davies. Want to know why? Deegan's probably seeing a lot of himself in Cole Davies, but Cole Davies has a determination and a work ethic without the showboaty stuff that's going to streamline him into that Dungey pipeline, that RV pipeline. We see him on the podium, right? He's like, oh, yeah, my sister came out. Like, I'm just stoked. Like, he's having a blast, dude.
Yeah, he is.
You have Deegan who's wanting it. But we also had Seth Hamaker come out and go, I am not getting lucky. I'm putting in the work. And that leads me to somebody else putting in the work, and thank God for that restart so he could show off that Phillies
man.
Gear.
That gear was so sick when you pointed that out too. And we looked at it a couple times, rewound, and then like pause. That for those of you that did not see RJ's gear, I think he got the best gear, the best kit of that whole race. It was
white
sick. Sick. Fly, you absolutely killed it with that gear. Absolutely.
there's a lot of stuff that happened, right? This was the
So
East-West
much.
shootout.
Yeah.
Tom Vial trying to put it together and took a massive spill in the heat.
He went down
Massive.
hard.
Dude slammed his right shoulder in, like, the crook of his right side.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, watching him get up made me sore for 48 hours.
Oh, dude,
Watching him get up, pick the bike up, and just go, oh, I could feel him in his
Oh,
helmet
yeah.
going,
a little
"Oh,
crack, like,
fuck,
pop.
yeah."
But I was surprised. I was like, dude, I hope I see him in the LCQ. Obviously, you're definitely not gonna want to finish that race. You're gonna want to go back, kind of like make sure you're good. I'm glad he
Mhm.
came out in that LCQ, did a great job making the main event.
Mhm.
And I mean, he
And
did good.
Gavin Towers. Yeah.
Dude, yeah, Gavin Tower. It was Gavin Towers. Grant Harlan
Mhm.
did awesome.
Mhm.
Happy late birthday to him too. No, but no, dude, it was just I know I just got sidetracked there.
Oh, no,
But
you're good. We're talking about the
no, yeah.
250.
No, it was awesome definitely to see that. Well, I think Grant Harlan's in 450s.
I think he's in 450s as well.
Yeah, so yeah, I definitely got sidetracked, but you know. And
You
then
were just talking about LCQs.
I
'Cause we
know,
were
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
Tom Vial. It all has to do with one another. Don't
It's
worry
true,
about it.
yeah.
You're good.
But no, yeah, Seth was just he was looking good
Barking.
representing the East Coast, and we were talking about it definitely with just the West and East Coast aspect. West Coast boys, they're here to perform. I know we're missing, you know, Levi Kitchen. He's coming back. We talked about it last time. And he's getting ready for outdoors, but you know, even if he was there, like I'm telling you, the West Coast right now is top tier, and it's making it to where, hey, East Coast, it's a good thing. You guys,
But
it's
on
not a
notice.
showdown. It's not a showdown every weekend, because my God.
Also, will you remind me who won the first East-West showdown?
Wasn't it Deegs?
Or was it Davies?
I think Davies, the first one, he won 2, and then he lost, and
I'm
then
thinking of the Triple Crown. You're right. You're right. You're right. East-West showdown. I want to say Deegan got it, didn't he?
I believe so.
Quick check, quick edit.
Quick check. With Seth.
Seth Hamaker.
It was for the last one.
Yeah.
It was 250 East West showdown main event. Results. It was Seth Hamaker. He got the whole
Right.
shot, led, won. Then Tom Vial in second, Hayden Deegan,
Uh-huh.
then RJ, then Cole Davies.
Then Cole Davies. Yeah. So first East-West Coast or East-West shootout went to the East Coast. This one now went to the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those, and interesting enough, swapped coasts,
Yeah.
right? Imagine if we had Deegan, Davies, and Hampshire and Vial
Dude.
all in one. Oh my God. Oh my
Dude.
God.
And that even watching the first, I think, 10 minutes of all of them battle, there were so many battles, and just seeing you know, a lot of the riders, especially Cole Davies, hitting the triple quad single,
Like into that quad triple
Dude.
thing with the
or what
step
was
on.
it?
Yeah.
A triple
Triple quad type
triple-
thing, just because he's launching it off of
Dude.
the table.
insane.
But also we saw him pass Seth Hamaker like that. In next lap, we saw Seth Hamaker without hesitation hit the same line and be like, oh, that is faster. And he started making ground. So it was like, dude, watching these dudes that we were like, oh man, Hamaker's going pretty fast this year, right?
Yeah.
And then seeing him stay consistently up there, and he's in the point standings, right? Where it's like we're talking about with Cooper Webb. If you're consistent, the points will come, right?
Yeah.
the flow will come. And we're seeing Cole Davies back to back, right? He's
Mhm.
putting things together. He's getting headstrong. He's understanding where he can make up time. Because if
Yeah.
he's not getting caught in the hustle and bustle like Deegan is, he can at least put some time between them. And if he's hitting his marks while Deegan's doing experimental stuff to pass, that leaves the podium wide open.
And Cole Davies from the main event, he had the faster lap over
Mhm,
Deegan by a couple seconds. It was 48 32, and Deegan had a 48 82. So
mhm.
Deegs is definitely has that speed, and there was a lot of people that were mainly in the heats that I was saying 450 250 um before the straightaway where the mechanics area is. Dude, that was a huge passing move for Deegan. And
Mhm.
even in the beginning of the night, him and a couple riders would bobble in that section. Same with the 250 or 450s.
Fish
Yeah,
tailing
fishtail a
out
little
towards
bit.
the
It was
outside.
definitely slick, like you said, especially the whoops. Mosman going down in there.
Yeah.
Mosman was looking, solid.
Just had an unlucky night, him and
Unlucky.
Daxton,
Oh,
Bennett.
and I hope
Yeah.
he's okay and he has a speedy recovery. But yeah, it sucks for him on
Mhm,
that. But and then I think Shock also went down in the main as well, and he was
mhm.
looking pretty decent that night too.
Yeah, but that was why they did the restart was
Yeah,
that crash at the beginning, and then within 3 laps, the, Bennett crash. Um, but yeah, dude, 250s, these dudes are on rails,
barking,
man. Like,
barking.
watching the lines that Deegan was doing on the outside to secure passes,
Yeah,
it's nuts. We're not seeing people in Supercross passing on the outside like that until, like, this year.
with a
Like, we're watching
lapper. He almost
dude,
clipped one of the lappers into the right hand corner. Dude, holy
yeah,
crap for the
yeah,
pass.
yeah,
Dude, he's an
unbelievable.
animal. Animal. Joe Shimoda also looking, pretty decent.
Trying,
Taking
yeah,
five, taking fifth.
yeah,
Um, Vial, dude, taking six, not too bad for the crash that he had, and making it in the night show. But I'm
yeah,
hoping we see a lot more going into these last four rounds. I know we definitely will. Hopefully the weather stays how it is, and we only have one mutter for the whole Supercross
mhm,
season, which would be nice.
yeah. Hopefully, we can keep it that way, but let's talk about the 450s.
Dude.
In one of the heats, you called it, you said, "I wanna see Dino in the top 10."
Yeah, he
Top
was
10
doing
secured in the heat.
he was doing great. Doing absolute, I think in the heat, I think he took fifth, fourth, fifth.
Mhm,
And then in the
yep,
main, he was running top nine, top 10 for
mhm,
a little bit. He did start falling back, went to 11th and then down to 15, and finished around 17th, 18th place. But you know what, dude, he came out, made a statement. He's racing these last races, did awesome. I'm not even disappointed with that. You know what I mean?
nope,
Um, Especially getting the amount of practice time on that bike, but
mhm,
still going out making a show. He came out as Grandpa Earl, which was awesome.
incredible.
Awesome. But no,
Yep,
it was definitely really good. I loved um Cooper Webb's interview on the podium after everything,
oh, dude,
ready to come back next, this weekend now to kick his ass.
yeah.
I love it.
He's like, "Eh, he was good tonight. He was fast, but we're gonna put in the work. Come back next weekend to kick his ass." And I went, "Oh
Yeah.
hell yeah!"
Yes.
He didn't like that. Also, Sexton, you got to do the gun over the jump. You
Yeah,
can't
right.
remember afterwards on the second
Yeah.
roller. Come on, man. I think that's what Cooper was mad about. He wasn't mad you did
Yeah.
the guns. He's mad you did it wrong, brother.
That's what I was
You
gonna
did it
ask you.
wrong.
Do you think he was pissed at the gun thing, or whether it was like in the air, or just in general, the gun thing, or he kind of fumbled and and let some mistakes take it over? I mean, he was right there. It wasn't that
I'm
far of a gap, but I
right.
think he was a little more disappointed in himself. But
Mhm.
I think he's gonna. I hope he wins the next one and does
Right.
the
I
double
mean,
gunshot.
it's one of those with Cooper Webb, I think you have to encapsulate all of those into one. He's
Yeah.
mad this dude was faster. He's mad at the line choices he made. He's mad at himself. But if he was only mad at himself, brother, he wouldn't have said, and we gonna get to work to kick his ass.
Yeah.
He meant what he said, right?
100%.
Also, Cooper Webb, you can't really get into his head, but he sure as fuck can get into yours.
Oh
So
yeah.
I imagine that if next round he beats Sexton, we might see a pump shotgun off the finish line. Screw the double pistols. It may be rocket launcher. Hell, it may be Legolas. Legolas.
Some bow and
You have
arrow
no
action.
idea. Cooper Webb might actually go over and surprise us all with an actual pistol and fire it in the air Yosemite Sam style. We simply don't know. And if
Never
he's
know
not
with him.
doing it, AP's doing it with the way he was fucking charging this weekend.
Dude.
He's got
AP.
the hunger. He
Oh,
tasted the
100%.
blood
Yeah.
and he's going for it.
Yeah. He is definitely looking good. I did on I believe it was on Whiskey Throttle Media. Shout out to Jeff. I think there was one where I did see a clip on Instagram of AP coming up and apologizing to Cooper Webb.
Mm,
I don't know what happened, and that's what I was kind of watching for when we were watching the highlights right now.
right.
But I wonder if it was in the start when everyone went down and he was just saying sorry because Cooper, I believe Cooper got involved. A lot of people got involved with that
Mhm.
first corner. Uh, but
Yeah.
I was trying to pinpoint out what kind of happened. I don't know what happened, but yeah, AP came up, said sorry, I didn't mean to do that. And I honestly, I think I have to watch like the whole race again, the 450 main, or
Yeah.
maybe it could have been even in a heat. I'll have to, had to see. But
It
no,
it
AP.
also could have been when AP was passing him and getting, in contention. Because we saw him and AP battle a little bit. It could have been a cross jump that we didn't see because the camera flipped. It could have been anything like that, right?
That
We
might
also
have been
saw
it.
him and we also saw, I believe, AP McElrath, and them all went down in that first corner.
Hmm.
Remember where AP was shaking his head, going, I don't know what happened. Cooper was right next to him. And when they went down, Cooper really got pushed to the back end, right?
Okay,
Where
yeah.
he had to go around, where we saw McElrath almost took Cooper Webb out. So it could be that AP was like, I was charging in the corner. If I hadn't been there, you wouldn't have got caught up in it. He could have been apologizing for that. It could have been anything, but it
Yeah.
is just showing AP being like, hey, dude, I'm coming out here to race
Yeah.
clean. If you thought that I took you out, I swear I didn't even, because you have to remember, these guys aren't getting the replay right now.
Yeah,
They're not
exactly.
getting the replay live. They're not playing and looking up at the big screen like a UFC fight. They're in the race.
Yep.
So if he thinks AP was the one that almost took him out, AP's probably going, hey, brother, I did not mean to do that. I'm glad you didn't go down, but again, I'm sorry. And we've
Yeah.
seen AP do this before where, like, if he's having a bad race and people are trying to lap and maybe he's in their way, he'll always go up and be like, hey, my bad, brother. I'm trying my best here. So respect to AP. And also
100%.
did not expect anything less than the reaction Cooper Webb gave, which
Yeah.
was shaking or nodding the head and being like, okay, but no words. He was fucking mad. he was pissed.
I honestly
But
think when we were watching that highlight, when they went over the finish line after AP made that pass, he did cross jump right, and it was close, but they were both obviously in control. I think that's why he apologized.
which is also something we've talked about, is Cooper Webb's race IQ and like positional awareness.
Yeah.
If you watch Cooper Webb, he's a master class. Every time I watch Cooper Webb get cross jumped, it's almost like he can maneuver the bike in the air to take the opposite cross jump. Like
Oh yeah.
the way we've seen him be able to mix and match, we've seen Roxon before move into his vicinity. Remember with the lappers where he hurt himself in Indianapolis? Cooper Webb snaked by because he was like, oh shit, it's happening.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a big up to Cooper Webb, but it is one of those, how long can you be the bigger guy when people are cross jumping you when you've got the fucking red plate and you're trying to win a championship?
No, I agree.
And when it's
Yeah.
like, you know, Cooper could be pissed when he's like, AP, we get it, dude. You got on the podium and you got a mud winner, right? You won the mudder.
Yeah.
This is that real shit. I need you to get the fuck out of my way as I'm trying to beat Sexton. But then AP's probably apologizing because it looks like I was blocking you so Sexton could have time to catch up. When in reality, we know AP and Sexton battle. AP and Sexton battled, and Sexton took, you know, that couple rounds ago, he took the same line where he took somebody else out.
Yeah.
Right? Where he
Yeah.
took out Jason Anderson, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like, it's one of those. AP's like, I'm just racing my race, but I do like that AP and Cooper had that interaction.
Yeah, it was a lot of great racing, good battles, a lot of clean racing from both classes. I mean, I was even, pumped for Roxon. Roxon was putting on an absolute show, making hard passes with a torn ligament
Mhm.
in his ankle. And his shoulder is still busted and can come out at any time. He says he obviously feels good on the bike, as we saw, and he's told us. It's just like the normal everything, every little day things that are actually bugging him, and the right hand corners that were he was a little iffy about, but still putting on a show, still performing, doing his job and riding his bike. You could see the pain that he's just fighting and holding down. But kudos to all these guys, there's something hurt with them. They're out there performing, risking it all on the line to feed their families. So I hope he just gets better, especially if he does outdoors too, because outdoors is going to be just as brutal with heat and different weather, and traveling involved as well.
Yeah. And I mean, we heard Roxon also talk about, like you were saying, the left hand corners into the double right hand corners or vice versa. He was like, it really hurts. And he goes, I can walk just fine. It doesn't hurt to walk or do these normal things. It's the external rotation, right? It's when the ankle starts moving. So it's lots of tape, keeping it as solid as possible. So just hope he gets better. And yeah, I would like to see him racing some more, even if we could get him for outdoors. That'd be good. That'd be great, is what I'm trying to say.
It'd be great.
It'd be great. But again, dude, Cooper Webb, consistent, getting up there when he needs to. And Chase went 1-1-1-1 all day, right? Qualifying heats, went to the main. So it's one of those. Of course, he's feeling good that he's putting shit together. But I think we're going to see Cooper Webb come out for a fight in these last couple of rounds. And I don't think he's
100%.
giving up that red plate without a fight. Not at all.
No, not at all. And one person that was putting up a good fight too was
Malcolm Stewart. I knew you were going to say it.
My dude, Malcolm was
looking good.
Dude, he needed that. He's had a couple bad races like we talked about in the last bench talk. And dude, I was pumped, dude. Like he got up there, took a fourth for the night, and looking good. Another person who I was bummed, and we were you. Oh man, I forgot what you said when we were watching it, but Barsha getting that whole shot
Dude.
and then just
Dude.
taking it off. And what you say,
Dude, it looks so good to see Barsha in the lead, goes over the berm immediately. Dude,
right when you said that, as he was approaching, about to turn left, goes straight over. You're just like, oh, it's great to see him. Boom. And you're like, well, what the heck? Like, dude, that was funny. But oh man, that was a bummer. I was actually pumped to see Bam Bam up there because, dude, he's always been one of my favorite riders since he was absolutely blowing up 250s.
And I think my favorite part of that was the commentating by James Stewart, where he goes, yeah, man, and Barsha's in the lead. Oh, and he missed the back brake. And you hear Ricky go, is that what? And he goes, I'm just being generous, man. It looks like he missed the brakes. He went over the berm. What are you going to say, dude?
Yeah.
Obviously, he missed the brakes because he did not stop, Ricky. What do you mean? Are we sure that's what? He flew over the berm, dumbass. Like,
bro, Bam Bam came into that corner like the kid from Mighty Ducks that couldn't stop but hauled ass. And oh, dude, yeah, it was definitely good. Joey Savacci taking fifth. Justin Cooper having kind of some bad luck with that lapper. Oh man, I felt so bad because I was like, dude, he was putting up a good fight. He was looking good all night. And not to say that those three lappers were the main cause of it, because he did take that same inside line that one rider was already in, and that rider I think was trying to stay out of the way. And because I think you pointed out there was like in some places two lines, and a lot of places one line. So,
and we were seeing Cooper Webb was also taking that inside because lappers were taking the fast line. So we saw Cooper Webb have to take it. It's just one of those, you're given the risk, right? We also saw there was a lot of soft dirt on that inside.
Yes.
And we saw Cooper Webb right before we saw it happen, right? We saw Cooper Webb take that inside, and it dragged because the bike was having to use that horsepower to carve through that soft dirt.
Yeah.
So it was just an unfortunate thing. I could tell, Justin Cooper was shaking his head, not at the lapper, but probably like, why did I go that line? Because Chase Sexton then had like at least a 3-second gap, if not more. And it was like, fuck, dude, in one section to lose that much time, especially it was like, what, 18 seconds left? And it was like, oh God, that's harsh.
Well, and then the line that Sexton took was the hotline, but and none of those lappers were in it. It was two of them went to the outside, and that one went on the inside, and no one was in the main line. So you just have, when you got Chase coming behind you, you're thinking, oh, I'm gonna, this lapper's probably gonna take the inside. I'm gonna follow him and then cut like middle, like on the left of him, and then cut into that inside. But if that's always the risk about doing the follow the leader game.
I also think that it was Justin Cooper trying to make a timed and calculated decision of, well, if Sexton takes this inside line and this lapper pulls to the right after taking it, that inside line's clear and open to take me all the way to the outside before that left-hand corner. So it was one of those like, fuck, if I'm not protecting the inside line, as I've been taught in Supercross, Sexton's going to take it. So I think he preemptively was like, I'm going to take it so he doesn't try it. Yeah. And that fast line opened up, and Sexton went, I'm taking the line I was going to take.
It was just, that's the thing with Supercross, man. There's so many options, and just to pick the right one in those scenarios,
lightning fast.
You have to be quick on it. And like you said before, Cooper Webb is a mastermind at that,
Mhm.
So it was definitely a bummer to see that, but you know, it was all in all, it was probably one of the best races. I mean, there's
Mhm.
been so many, but I definitely think for me that was the best racing all
Mhm.
season so far for me.
It was good racing. I can't wait to see what happens at East Rutherford.
Oh, dude, I'm actually pumped because we got Cooper Webb leading by 12 points, Ken
Uh-huh.
Roxon down by 38, Malcolm 74, Justin Cooper was 75. So it's going to be good with that. Then we have on the East Coast is tied with RJ and Seth with 117, with Tom Viel down by 2, Chance down by 14, and Colin Park 26. So that's really cool with the East Coast. And then we got West
Mhm.
Coast. We got Hayden Deegan leading by 17 points over Cole Davies.
Mhm.
Cole
Cole
Davies
Davies.
still has a chance.
Come on, brother.
Still
Come
has a
on,
chance.
brother.
We got Juju with 26 points behind Deegan, Shimoto down by 35, and Cody Shock 56. So honestly, it's definitely going to be down to the wire with the Star Yamaha boys, the young guns tearing it up.
Uh-huh.
I know
Yep.
everybody's like, Hayden has it in the bag. He's going to be the champ. They're already saying that. Hello. 17 points. Cole Davey is on fire right now.
Mhm.
On
Mhm.
fire. He was a
Mhm.
little, just like a couple seconds, milliseconds faster for his best lap. But I mean, anything can still happen with these last
Mhm.
4 rounds.
Mhm. And we're seeing Cole Davies is better at the start than Deegan is. That's just a
Yes.
fact. We're seeing Cole Davies get to the front as fast as possible now. So these last few races, I think we're going to see the Juju Bemare fall away. That drama is falling away. Now it's just going to be the fun of Yamaha Star Racing is leaving with this championship. The only question is it the 17-year-old rookie who fucking dominated and was doing pretty damn well in his amateur like bouting? And now he's here, right? Came from SMX Futures or whatever it was called at the time. And now he's here, rookie season, might be able to pull it out.
Yeah.
Who knows if he can pull a championship out of this contention? It would be really cool if Cole Davies went, I stuck my head down and battled
Yeah.
and pulled out a championship my rookie year. It would be awesome. Will we see it? I don't know. But I think Cole Davies is hungry for more wins as he's proven back to back so far. And he's
Yes.
only getting faster. He's only getting faster.
And with
So we'll see.
Rutherford, it's in New York. So that is going to be East Coast.
Yes. The New York
So
is on the East Coast.
West Coast will have a break.
Mhm.
Then it's Pittsburgh, Denver,
Mhm.
and Salt Lake City for the last 4 rounds. Um, so we'll see West Coast in Denver, I believe,
Correct.
Colorado.
Correct.
And I think that's gonna be Salt Lake City, I believe, is gonna be East Coast.
I believe Salt Lake City is West Coast, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you might be right. So yeah, we're still two races each with this Supercross series before outdoors, and then we're also going to have the SMX coming up. So
Mhm.
I'm super excited. This has been really good racing in the 450, 250. I'm looking forward to it. Honestly, I think for the East Coast, for Rutherford, this weekend, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go Handmaker.
I'm going Seth Hamaker.
And then I think
I'm
RJ
going him,
is gonna
RJ,
be,
battling for
yeah.
1 and 2.
I think
I think
that's
either of them.
what it's gonna come down to. My wild card would probably have to be VL,
Yeah, same.
100%. Um, 450s. I think Cooper Webb and Sexton we are going to see the best battle like we've seen with the Ryans, like Ryan Dungey, Ryan Villapoto, James Stewart, Carmichael, Reed and Stewart. I think we're gonna this next race, we are gonna see them perform past their limits. I'm hoping to see that.
All leading into outdoors,
Oh,
baby.
dude,
Uh-huh.
yeah. So
Uh-huh.
I'm here for it. I think Cooper is gonna win. Sexton in second, and my wild card.
I already know who mine is. We're going to East Coast, man, and every time we go East Coast,
I
we see a
think,
turnout from Malcolm
yeah,
Stewart,
I
man.
was just gonna say I want to go Malcolm. He just took fourth. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Malcolm again for my wild card.
Mhm. I'm inclined to agree, brother.
Beauty.
Duty.
And we've been for this being our first time kind of talking supercross and stuff. I mean, we're getting more in the flow. I'm feeling a lot more
Mhm.
confident, a little more loose, less stressed or, nervous.
Right.
But I feel like we've actually done some good calls on the race, before it happens. So
Dude, I think we're a river to our people, is all I can say. I think if the people come to this podcast, you'll hear the truth, which is put Juju back in the water where he belongs on the jet ski, partying at Lake Elsinore, because you are getting handled, brother. And AP, thank God you are stepping up, brother. You are
yeah.
fucking crushing it. And Malcolm, we've been waiting, brother, and
Oh
you are
yeah.
not disappointing us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And Cooper Webb, never change.
So,
Chase
yeah.
Sexton,
But again, RJ's kit was sick.
RJ's cat. That's all for this episode of False Neutral Media Bench Talk. I'm Trevor, the brother that's usually talked about afterwards. This is the owner and co-host, Tyler. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in East Rutherford.
Boom.
Bye.